Okay, so yesterday we started reading and discussing a blog post that's called Teens and Technology. We're going to do a little bit more with that today. So we're going to go ahead and head over to Google Classroom and open that up.
I found a nickname for the guy talking. I called him
Okay. Alrighty, so over on Google Classroom, let's open up our Teens and Technology assignment, the Savis Realize one. Okay. Where's mine? I'm going to give you guys a minute or two to get yours pulled up too as well, please, so that you can be following along with us.
Nick will probably go outside to do this.
I don't know. We'll figure that out after class. Okay, about one more minute. Go ahead and get this assignment opened up, please, so that you can be doing it at the same time. Okay. While you guys are doing that, just as a reminder, just because I was gone last week does not mean that the assignments are just there for fun. You still got to go back and do them if you didn't do them. Quite a few of you guys that did not do the assignments. So make sure you go back and complete the ones from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Huh? Well, not yet. Put it in there. Someone might eat it before it goes bad. The reason I give them to Miss Powers is because they're going to go bad within a day or so. So her horses will eat them. But people do not. All right. I think we're ready. Let me check attendance. I don't think we've gotten anybody new. Nope. All right, so on Savis, I'm going to go ahead and hide the top part. What was this blog post about? What was the point of it?
To talk about technology.
To talk about technology, and what about technology?
Like stuff that's like what kind of stuff is technology?
Kind of. It talks about teenagers as well. Mm-hmm. Teens and technology is the name of the story, right?
And I talked about how everyone like
kind of. They're talking about not necessarily obsessed with it, but they kind of talk about how teens in that generation can use technology, right? For good or for bad. How do they describe it? Does he talk about how technology is bad for teenagers in this blog post? No, it's mainly for the good. So Amaya wrote that right there. How we can improve the world with technology, and how teenagers, or that generation that was teenagers at the time, grew up with the technology and has the ability to use it to make the world a better place. And he kind of has like a call to action at the end of like, go out and do it and make the world a better place. Use that technology, right? Mm-hmm. So we yesterday, if we open up Making Meaning on the right, we completed technical vocabulary. We did the first read charts, and then you guys should have completed comprehension check on your own. I kind of told you guys to write and complete sentences and stuff, but if you did not complete the comprehension check, make sure you do. That's graded. Okay. And then today, we're going to start with the research and do the research part of it. So go ahead and get that one opened up. Okay, so for research to clarify, the first one says choose at least one unfamiliar detail from the text, briefly research that detail, and in what way does the information you learn shed light on an aspect of the blog post? So I'm going to give you 4 things to choose from that you can research, or if you have something else, just let me know. I'll probably say yes. But you're going to choose one of the following to write 3 to 5 sentences about.
Wait, which one are we doing research before research to clarify?
This one is research to clarify.
So that's the one I'm gonna look
Yeah, we're doing research to clarify first, and we'll do research to explore second. So the first thing that you can look up is, what is a blog? So they talk about the fact that this is a blog post.
Wait, do we have to do something that we don't know what it is?
I prefer you did something you did not know. That's what research is about. Yep. So what's a blog? It could be the first thing. You could do pixels. So how do pixels work? We talked about that a little bit yesterday, and we didn't really know a whole lot about it, so I thought that might be a good one. You can also do how do computers work. There's a lot of operating systems and things that go into how computers work, so you might want to look that up. And then the last one, you can just kind of, in general, look up teens and technology, and either choose to look them up as good, like good reasons or good things about teens and technology, or bad things about teens and technology. It's your choice. But you're going to choose one of those 4 things and write 3 to 5 sentences about it. So you are going to go have to do a little bit of research. Okay? So I'm going to give you guys until 8:20. So that's 9 minutes to do this section. Okay? So be working on the research to clarify section. Okay, research to clarify. That's the section we're working on.
How many sentences again?
3 to 5. Alex, if you need to take your head off, please. right.
You know those spiky.
Hang on, Charlie. So you got about 3 minutes to finish up your research. Make sure that you are choosing one and writing about 3 to 5 sentences for each of them. Okay? So make sure you're finishing that up.
Did you know there's such thing as a square watermelon?
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Did you know there's spiky bushes? Like a cactus? No, like they come out like this and stuff and then like push them out. It looks kind of, the bush looks kind of like that, and the pineapple grows right in the middle. That's pretty cool. So there's only one pineapple for both. And then make it grow. Oh, they put it in a box? That is what grows in a box. But I think it's how did y'all even get it? So it takes about 70 to 85 days. That's a lot.
About 2 more minutes to finish up your research part. Just 3 to 5 sentences, real quick, about one of those things that you chose to research. I gave you a list of 4 things, and if you found something else in the story that you were confused about, you can always research that as well. Just to get a little more information and background on something from the story or the blog. You're just doing the clarify part right now, Alex. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll do about 30 more seconds. Yeah, finish it up if you need to. Yep. Alrighty. If you're not done, just finish up those couple of sentences. So I'm going to give you a few minutes for the next part as well. So for research to clarify, again, you just choose one of them and then do a tiny bit of research to be able to write 3 to 5 sentences. So you just have a little more knowledge about what the question was and what you researched, okay? After that one, no, we're not doing it again. I was just explaining it for people that might have gotten here late. No. For research to explore, that's what we're about to do next. So I'll leave that part up and then I'll write in the notebook here. It says, choose something that interested you from the text and formulate a research question. So basically, you're going to be thinking about technology in general or teens in technology, and you're going to write one question. You don't even have to go research it. You don't have to answer it. You just need to write one question that you would want to research more on. So, write one question about teens and technology. Spell technology that you would want to research. Okay. Cool. So I'll give you guys about 2 minutes to finish up the research part, because that question shouldn't take you too long to write. Just something that interests you. Just write one question about it. If you're done, sit tight. We'll do the next part soon. But I'm going to give you until 8:25, about 2 minutes to finish the research part up. Kaylin, you awake? Okay, maybe sit up because it looks like you're asleep.
I said, what makes pixels working at TV? I don't know, how fast is technology going to do? So what are pixels in general?
Okay, about 1 more minute on the research section.
Guys, technology is amazing stuff. That's so Marty, when I was in high school, we didn't have computers, we didn't have cell phones. I took a business class and we had electric typewriters, and I thought that was like the coolest thing ever was. So by the time you guys are old and you have your own kids and stuff, you're gonna look back and people are gonna be making fun of you because you used a laptop. Really, you have cell phones that look like that? Wait.
Yeah, they're always teleporting.
It's true. Technology changes very quickly now. All right. So, hopefully at this point you've done both of the research notebooks right there. The first one, research to clarify, just a little bit of research. You don't have anything you want to research about technology, Madi, at all? No questions? They come up with something.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to be a great question, just some sort of question about technology then. Okay. Yeah. So make sure you do the research to clarify. Just choose one of the following. Write 3 to 5 sentences. For research to explore, you should have just written your own question about technology and or teenagers. You don't have to research it. You just have to write the question.
You know what I hope? That happens, they make cover phones.
Maybe eventually.
I don't want that to happen. I like the iPad.
Alrighty. So the next part we're going to do is the close read. And we're going to skip a couple of these, so make sure you're listening so you know which ones to skip over. We're not going to do all of them. So with that being said, where it says number 1, and if you scroll down past the little activity thing, there's a notebook. We're not going to do that. You can write skip in here. We're not doing that first one. Number 1.
Close read the text?
Yeah, we're under close read the text. And you can put skip in number 1. Okay, close read the text. Skip number 1. It's fine. Okay. Number 2 doesn't have anything for you to write. We're not going to do that one. Okay. Number 3, again, we're going to skip number 3. So you can write skip in number 3. 2 doesn't have anything to do. 3 we're going to skip as well because we're going to do the section underneath of it. But I just want to make sure you guys know that you don't have to do these parts. Okay. So basically, yeah, for number 1, 2, and 3, we're going to skip those. We're not going to do them. And we're going to scroll past it and go to the part that says close read paragraph 3. No, we're going to do this one. If we were going to skip that one, we would just skip the whole section. So we are going to do the close read paragraph 3. This is what we're working on. So we're going to read paragraph number 3 again. And while we do that, we are going to be looking for 2 things that the author compares to each other. So we're going to compare 2 things here and talk about why the author did that. Why is it helpful for us? So I'm going to scroll down to paragraph 3. As I'm reading, see if you can pick out the 2 things that the author compares. Okay? Are you ready for that? Sound good? All right. So paragraph 3 says, you do more research and eventually uncover the truth. Inside, you feel a little like Indiana Jones. Finding information that you believe will make you a more complete human being. In the grand scheme of things, you've done us all a great service. You've turned over a small stone of information, one in a river of millions. With every stone turned, our picture of the world becomes clearer. So, what are we comparing here? It's not as cut and dry. You gotta kind of figure it out.
We're comparing it to Indiana Jones.
Okay, we are comparing how you feel to Indiana Jones. Do you guys know who Indiana Jones is?
Yes. How do you look first, mother?
That's my grandfather.
Yeah.
He's a
I've never seen Indiana Jones.
yeah, he's a fictional character. But Indiana Jones, Jada, wake up.
I actually believe you. I don't know why.
No, Indiana Jones is a fictional character. You wake up. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. So Indiana Jones is a fictional character. He goes on lots of adventures, tries to uncover the truth about ancient artifacts and things like that.
Did you know Anna's cousin that was in a town when he found the movie?
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
So, we're comparing Indiana Jones to what?
the technology.
To technology and finding information. So the other part we're going to highlight is after the semicolon where it says you've turned over a small stone of information.
We should watch an Indiana Jones.
We are not watching an Indiana Jones movie. That has nothing to do with what we're doing. So, we are comparing Indiana Jones to finding information because all he does is go out and try to explore things and find information. A lot. But why would the author use this when it comes to technology? That's the question it's asking us.
Because technology, you can just look up stuff and see if it's real.
Yeah, so,
When he goes and explores stuff.
okay, so yeah, you're on the right track. So we're comparing Indiana Jones and finding information because that's what he does. So to answer this part where it says question, why does the author use these comparisons? So we could say something like the author uses these comparisons because, spell it right. Indiana Jones yeah. Indiana Jones does what? He's always in the search for what? Kind of. You're on my track. If you're trying to solve a mystery, what are you looking for? Clues. What else? the truth, answers. Good. You're always searching for answers or the truth. And when we, or you guys as teenagers are looking up information, you're looking for the truth about something or answers about something. So you're almost like Indiana Jones going through the internet. That's why they use this comparison. Okay, I'll give you guys a second to get that typed out.
What was that?
Hmm?
What was
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Or you can use your own words, something along those lines.
Is there more typing in that one?
Nope, there's another question to answer, the conclude part, so we do need to answer that part as well in a minute. And make sure you're getting that typed.
Yeah, did you go to the walk or something? If you sit up and you sit like this the whole time. Yeah, hopefully.
All right. So we answered the first part, the question that says, why does the author use these comparisons? So they use the comparisons because Indiana Jones is always searching for answers or the truth or things like that. So then what can we conclude about this? How do these comparisons help us understand the writer and their ideas? What do you guys think?
It compares it a little bit better instead of saying like, so you watch this song to do this, instead of on the internet.
Okay, so it gives you more detail.
It makes it more able to understand it.
Okay, so the comparison makes it easier to understand what the author is saying. Good. Sounds good to me. Go ahead and get that typed out too.
I used to own that's a television. I wonder how Olivia makes her seem like that.
I don't know. We can ask her later. All right, I'll give you about 30 more seconds to get this typed up, and then we have one more section we're going to do, and we'll be done for the day. Okay? Only a couple more questions after this that I will probably have you guys do more on your own without my help. I'll kind of guide you, but let you guys do it on your own.
That was the last question or the
We have another section we're going to do. We're going to do analyze the text after this.
No, on this one.
Well, this is the last question on there, so yes.
Okay, so I can close it?
Yeah.
Okay. Stop? Yeah.
Yoshi, did you get this typed out? Yoshi, type it.
I'm gonna do it. Remember.
Okay. We're going to move on. If you're not done with those parts, make sure you finish them. So, at this point, we have done all of making meaning up until close read. So all of those should be filled out in some way. We are going to do analyze the text next. This time, though, you're going to be kind of doing your own answers here. I'm not going to answer them with you or for you. So under analyze the text, we have 4 questions. Number 1 has part A and part B. So let's start with part A because we've got to talk a little bit about this one. So part A says paraphrase. Explain the blogger's comparison of technology to the polar vortex. What is a polar vortex?
A polar vortex?
Yeah, it's in paragraph 4. Yeah, very first sentence. It's similar to my experience with the polar vortex. What is that polar vortex?
Isn't it something that is extremely cold when there's the north or south pole where this blog post has written? The cold air from the north polar vortex was affecting Europe.
Good. So polar vortex is extremely cold wind coming from the north or the south pole. So basically, it's just really, really cold. And when the author was writing this blog post, there was a polar vortex near New York at that point. So there's a lot of wind and it's cold. So how does he use this comparison? You might have to read all of paragraph 4. How does he?
Trigonometry.
Maybe not that far. I'm going to highlight the part green that you're going to need to use, okay? So it says a similar experience.
That's probably the first time I ever could see trigonometry.
Yeah. It's similar to my experience of the polar vortex that has been plaguing New York for more than a month. Only when the sun breaks out for a moment do I realize how beautiful the snow can be. That's what computer technology can do. Like sunshine breaking through the cold, it changes how we can see things. So, what is the blogger's comparison there? Technology and the polar vortex. That's part A. What's the comparison?
Am I doing this on our own?
Yep, do this one on your own.
Okay.
What's the comparison? Do your best on it. Of the polar vortex and technology. Okay, so that's part A. Make sure you're answering that one. I'll give you guys about 2 minutes on it. Yep, you can use the green part that I highlighted to help you out.
Wait, I don't get what a polar vortex is doing.
A polar vortex is like a time during the year or just in general. It's not every year.
Oh, so I can put like.
It just gets really, really windy and it's really, really cold.
So I can get kind of. You said. Really done. What's the main question? Like when why do kids think like technology is good, but then think it's bad?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay. So is it basically when like because it says in New York the snow, is that a polar vortex?
It could be, yeah.
So it's the snow in New York.
Mhm. Oh yeah, go for it. Mhm. Okay. You guys need about 30 more seconds on this one? Okay, I'll give you a little bit more time.
Wait, but I don't get what we're comparing the polar vortex to. I don't know.
Read the green part. It does the comparison for you. So it's comparing the polar vortex to technology and how we see technology.
That it you can see it as something really nice.
Yeah, that works.
So this is what I put. The snow in New York and that we can see it as something nice.
Sure. Works for me.
Yeah,
Okay. Or you can think of your own answer instead of stealing stuff from Dallin. And you can cover your nose. Okay, let's look at part B. This is kind of your opinion. Is this comparison effective? Does it work for you? Does it make sense to you?
No.
Okay.
No.
So does this comparison work? is what it's asking you. And this is your opinion. And then tell me why. Why do you think it doesn't work? Why do you think it does work? So that's a your opinion type of one. If you didn't think it worked and you were like, nope.
How do you spell barely?
Barely. Okay. So that's your opinion. Do you think that the comparison works? Was it easy to understand? Did it help you in any way? If not, tell me why. If yes, tell me why. Okay, I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes to finish up number one. Yeah. So I'll give you guys about 2 minutes to finish up number one.
Oh, can I answer? Can I answer part two? I can answer. Aggressiveness. What? Why do you think so specifically aggressive change? Why did you talk about it?
Okay, about 1 more minute, and then we'll look at number two. Okay, let's look at number two. I'm going to close number one. Okay, focus. Number two says speculate. Why do you think he specifically addresses teens? So why is he talking to teenagers about this?
Was I not supposed to answer it?
It doesn't matter. Oh, write your answer there. Why does he talk to teenagers in this blog post? Why is it specifically addressed to teenagers and not old people or 5-year-olds? I don't want the answer. Just answer it on your thing.
I'm not saying this is bad, but I feel like when we're older, we're gonna, older people kind of don't get really how to.
That's because older people didn't grow up with technology, so they just don't know how to use it. It's not, they don't really care that much about it. Okay, so just one sentence there. Why does he talk to teenagers in this blog post? I'll give you about 1 more minute.
No, I say that my chin was coming. I can't do that. And then you just put my chin on and I'll just. I didn't do that. Huh? Yeah, I didn't do that.
Okay. Let's look at number three. We got 2 questions left, number 3 and number 4. Number 3 says, interpret. What does the blogger mean when he says that teens must take charge in an informed, responsible, and powerful way?
They shouldn't always be on their phone.
I don't think it has anything to do with phones. I don't want the answer. Write it down.
Wait,
So,
read it again.
So he's saying that they need to take charge, so do something, in an informed, responsible, and powerful way. So how can they use technology to take charge? Is what he's asking, or what
Oh, I know.
they're asking. Okay, so it's kind of asking you, how can teens use technology to take charge? How can they do it in an informed, responsible, and powerful way?
Like, what educational work for it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Skylar's at home today.
Okay, we'll do about 2 minutes on this one, and then we have one last question to do today.
Is it just your big child looks like an animal that heard a noise? He was like,
Okay, about 1 more minute, and then we'll look at number 4. It'll be the last one.
you know what my dog does? He'll try to stick his face under the couch and he'll just start like kind of whining and growling.
Are some of his toys under the couch?
No, he just shoves his hands and then he starts grabbing the carpet and stuff. It's pretty funny.
All right.
And sometimes he's really wound up and he just runs around as fast as he can. So he still has sometimes to do it. Very rarely.
All right. Last question, number 4.
I almost killed a chicken on Sunday.
Oh my gosh. Number 4. Essential the question. This is what we are kind of talking about throughout this whole unit about technology. How is modern technology helpful or harmful to society? So, you kind of have to answer 2 questions here.
Why
So-
is it harmful and why is it helpful?
Yeah, why is technology harmful?
Might be helpful and then better my phone and then harmful.
All right, so just answer these 2 questions. Why is technology harmful? Okay, so 2 questions to answer there. Why is technology helpful and why is it harmful? Once you finish that up and you have done all of the questions we've talked about, that is our ELA lesson for today. We'll finish up a couple of the sections tomorrow, and then we'll take the test for this blog post on Friday. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording.